everyone. Yep, I'm back crafting again. Like seriously, 2 days in a row. What the heck? But it really helps with the renos. I can just close myself up in my craft room and just craft away. So tomorrow I'm teaching a prenatal class, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. Typically, at the end of the class, we have the dads sequestered and they write a blessing. They come out and we read all affirmations about birth, and then the fathers read to their wives their thoughts and how they feel about their wife carrying this child. Now, one of the dads, being my son, this is his second marriage, and he's already done this process. So I wanted to do something a little bit different. Also, he always tells his wife how he feels continuously. So there's not that she's going to miss out on that. He writes her letters all the time. That's just the kind of person he is. So I just thought I'd try something different so that he can benefit from something as well from the class. So at the very end of the class, I was pondering and thinking how I could end the class. And then I saw this green craft magazine. Oh, sorry, I have these fingerless gloves on and a sweater. I am so cold and it's beautiful outside. So I don't know what the heck, but I'm freezing and Richard's up there working. I'm not going to turn the furnace on. So I thought just put some layers on. My hands are cold, and I made some delicious tea from Abby, here, Scrappin' Abby, and the mug that she gave me, but I don't know if you can see the mug. This tea is so good. Oh my goodness. It's vanilla chai by, what's that tea called? Teo or something like that, but it's so delicious. So I saw this Green Craft magazine, and on the cover, it said, I saved thyme in a bottle. So the thyme in a bottle was the part that caught me, and then they have thyme sprigs in the bottle. And I just went outside today and picked some different sprigs of plants, but here's the thyme here that I'm going to use. And oh, it smells heavenly. Oh my goodness. Those are just the crumbly dirt that's on the edge of the root. But anyway, and these are my favorites, forget-me-nots, and I don't know what these are, but I'm giving those to my daughter. Anyway, but the thyme is for this project. So I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful at the end of the class just reflect on time and how fast it goes as parents, and to remind the new parents to focus on the everyday and take joy in the everyday, and because it goes by so quickly, and before you know it, you're standing there teaching prenatal classes to your children. Do you know what I mean? So I thought I'm going to give them thyme in a bottle. So I'm not going to put I saved. I'm just going to put thyme in a bottle, and then they can take that thyme, plant it in a pot or plant it in the ground, and move it from home to home. And hopefully, if that thyme is so hardy, they can at one point give a sprig to that child, and then they can pass it on and pass it on. So I just thought, what a wonderful play on the word thyme. So that's what I'm going to do. So I originally wanted to put it in those little test tube bottles. I'll show you. I have some in here. These guys. And then just as I was leaving the craft section of the dollar store, I saw these guys. Now look at this. It's a baby bottle. Come on. How perfect for what I want to do. And what's even more perfect, I was thinking, how can I get the lid out? And I was going to cut it off, so I went to take it off, and it pops out like a bottle. Seriously? So I can put the thyme in here. It has little bottle measurements. I saw it. Let me see. Or maybe I imagined that, but I'm sure I saw it on one of these bottles. No, it doesn't. Oh, no, this one does. No, I think I imagined that. Medication's too high. Anyway, so I'm going to pop the thyme in here, which makes it easy for portability, but it still looks like a baby bottle with the ridges and stuff. But I wanted to make it, like, I like using natural elements like the glass with the cork and all of that. But I'm going to try to use alcohol ink to color this and see if that will work. So I started already making some tags. So for the teeny tiny little, these bottles, test tubes kind of bottles, I was going to make the tags smaller, but because I want to use the bigger bottles, I found these Tim Holtz Ranger things. So I stamped Thyme in a bottle with just an alpha stamp set that I got at the dollar store, one of these guys. These are some of the best, if you are looking for stamps that you're going to use over and over and over and over and over again, alpha stamps are the ones to get. So I stamped 4 of them, and then on these 3 I've already done it. I'm just going to take my Heidi Swap edge distresser and just distress all around, because I don't like where the perforated edge where you can see where you tore it out of a book or whatever, and plus it just adds to that distressed look. And then I'm going to try, if I can, to alcohol ink there. Alcohol ink the lid, this guy. I wonder if that's going to work. You know, it's so funny when you get these ideas in your head, you know, and then they just, it's fun though. I have to say, creating is just so much fun. Oh, and speaking of, if you didn't see my last video, go back and watch it, because there's a giveaway. I made a card in the video, but there's a giveaway, that calendar giveaway, and I don't want you to miss out. And I think I'll leave it open until Sunday night. So today's Friday. I'll leave it open until sometime Sunday evening, till the end of the weekend. I have no idea what color this is, and I never use alcohol inks the correct way, but I'm just going to rub it on here and see. Oh, yeah. But I wonder if it'll stay. That's the thing. I just want to take away some of that new white plastic lookingness of the bottle lid. And just the fact that it's plastic. I don't like that. But I love the fact that it's a baby bottle. I just think that is so darn cute. So I'm going to let that dry and see if it stays, and I'll carry on and finish the rest of these 3. I want to show you guys up close the cool reaction the alcohol ink has on this plastic, and I'm not sure why, but it's pretty cool. The only thing I don't like is the fact that it's sort of like pink and blue, you know, like baby colors. Like, I don't really like I like that one because it's more purpley, but I don't like the ones that are more pinky and blue. So this, I use this purple color. It's called Wild Plum. I used Stream, this one is called, and I used the other brown, but I'm going to go over these to tone it down a little bit. I just left this last one just to kind of show you how I did it. There's no real rhyme or reason. First I took that purple one and went over the spots that were white looking, and then I just tried to see how there's white right there, so I just kind of, you know, randomly blobbed it around, but I didn't know it was going to have that cool reaction. That is, see, look at that. That is so cool. Who knew? So I think I got them all. Yep. And then I'm going to go in with that brown. This one is called Butterscotch, and it's a little bit lighter than the first brown I used. And that one was called, I don't even know if I could read it. It was so dirty. Where is it? Yeah, see? It's just called Dirty Brown. Okay, you don't need very much ink for this. I took my gloves off. My hands were getting warm, which is nice. It's warming up. Oh, yeah, I like that way better. See? So it's toning down the blue and the... Now, I hope it still has that cool reaction. That was just neat. Now it looks yellow. I'm just going to keep playing until I get it to be the right color that I want it to be. Those are just really, really cool. I like it way better than when they were white. I might add more purple. I like the purple when it doesn't look pink. I like the purple if it stays actually purpley, if that makes sense. There. So I got these tops exactly the way I want them. I love them. Look at them. They look like they're metallic. So cool. And it was just a whole bunch of just playing around. There was no specific thing I did. I just dabbed and dribbled and yeah. So they look like they have like brass on the top or something, which is very cool. So now I'm working on the time in a bottle labels. And if you look closely, you can see the water reaction with the distressed ink. So they're all different, of course, but you can see it looks like an old map. That purpley line was just leftover alcohol ink. I just rubbed it just haphazardly around the edge where I had distressed it with the distressor. So now I'm just going to finish up these two. And I'm just rubbing Vintage Photo Distress ink on them. This one I already did. I'll just put a little bit more. And then I'm just going to take some water with a spray bottle and dribble it on top and then dry it. And it's just, I love that look, what the water does. It's so subtle. Just a few little blobs of water anywhere on there. And then just let it dry or use your embossing gun or heat gun, some kind of gun to dry it off. So I'm going to finish off these tags. I've got yards and yards of this beautiful lace. So I cut a piece here. And I'm going to put it on the edge to cover up those numbers that are going across the tag there. Oops, that way. And just going to use my glue gun. And just try to make it, you know, distressed, like maybe you find this outside, you know. And then before I trim the edges, I'm just going to take the distress ink again. And I'm going to distress the lace a bit. And then cut the edges off on either side. And I don't care if it frees, because actually that gives it that cool, again, distress look. Then I'm going to take the little crochet flower. I don't know where I got these. They're over here. No, there was quite a few on the package. Got 2 left. There were 8. 2 left, and because I used all 6. So just kind of grunge my little flower up a little bit. Glue that kind of closer to the edge, but centered. Right on the end here. And then I'm going to just take a little pearl embellishment here. You know, those half pearls. And glue it in the center of my flower, like so. There. So I've got all my tags here. So I kind of used mostly earthy tones for the flowers. There's a red and a black one left. So next I'm just going to take some thin ribbon here. It's green. And this is just going to go around the neck of the little bottles. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay it here on top of the pad and just kind of hold it. And then just pull it through so the ink can all get on this ribbon. This is how you get those dirty hands, you know. It's so nice though. And if you want a little bit darker in spots, just squish it down. And it'll just sort of dye it differently in different spots. Okay, just a little bit more to go. I probably won't need this much, but I keep like pushing up and down on the sponge so some of the ink will saturate a little bit more in some spaces. So can you see how that, can you see that? There. So I can close up my distress ink for a while. I'm just going to punch some holes in my tags all on the right one end. I'll use my crocodile so I can probably do them all together, except with that little flower I'll just do 3 at a time. Along with this ribbon, I use this little tin. It says, "The garden is a friend you can visit any time." And it's full of twine here, and it has a little cutter on the top there. So you just pull it and cut it. And that's what I used along with that ribbon. So I'll show you how they turned out. Here they are without the thyme in them. So it says Thyme in a bottle, and on the back I hand writ in green Sharpie prenatal class. And then here is one that is finished with the thyme in a bottle. Can you see that? Is that not just so pretty? I love it, love it, love it. So I hope the new parents will like that too. And it's a pretty big hunk of thyme, and there's big roots in there. So I just put a little bit of water so it wouldn't spill. But I think that is just cutest, neatest idea ever. And like I said, I got it in Green Craft, their most recent edition. So I got the inspiration from this one, and it's totally different how they did theirs, but that's how you get inspiration. It says, I save thyme in a bottle, and this one is mint you for miss you, and there's mint in there, and that one is sage wisdom, and there's sage in there. So here is my thyme in a bottle. So hopefully they will plant that and save it for years and years to come. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.